Awoo, mates. Raus here, and just like the last time, with the last update, I made a little teaser that was really fun to make. I'm making another one for v24. This update covers the tragic part of Rune's tragic bark story. Just like with Barkest, you had all of that stuff about his work for the wolves and everything that happened up north, up to the point when he meets Luke. So we are doing something like this for Rune now. It's actually longer, much longer than Barkest on the word count, but visually it's about as simple as Barkest. So just blurred backgrounds, no sprites, just pure tragedy. Tragic bark story. Until we wake up and then things start getting much more colorful. But you'll see that in the full build. This little teaser is just the introduction to Rune's bark story. So enjoy. Awoo. Moon. Moon. Good morning, Moon. Come on, sleepyhead. Get up. Nah. I wanna sleep a bit more. Maybe he'll go away if I keep still. Don't move. Don't open my eyes. I'm sure I can fool him. Come on. You know I would love for us to stay here and play, but remember that we have a busy day today. You promised to be good. He won't get angry at me for not keeping my promise. If I really fool him, I'm asleep, right? I want to sleep for just a few more minutes. But I'm also sad about lying to Dad. Oh well, I guess we'll need to tell all of the guests who came from so far away to go back home instead, because Little Moon slept through his name day. They waited 6 long years after your rebirth to finally see you in person and to hear your new name, but I guess they can wait a little longer, right? When you turn 10, mayhaps? Yes, yes! But first, I'm going to eat this cookie I brought to you. It's such a shame I risked my dear life smuggling an unhealthy snack for you, and now I have to eat it on my own. But unfortunately, I can't just leave an incriminating piece of evidence lying around. So, peanut butter and honey? I hear that chuckle, and then he places the cookie right in front of my nose. It's still warm, and it smells so nice. I start drooling on my pillow. Still without moving my limbs or opening my eyes, I prod the cookie with my tongue. Fuck, I forgot the sound effect. I pull it a little closer and then take a little nibble. It's so delicious. I haven't had anything sweet in such a long time. Hey, get up. You're spreading crumbs all over the pillow. When I open my eyes, I see that sweeping the crumbles. He leans his rust-furred head back and then throws the crumbles into his mouth. His long, dark brown ears flap around gently as he licks his lips in delight. He holds my nibbled cookie between his fingers, and he hands it to me only after I sit down. I get a couple pats on my head, and the cookie is finally in my paws. Goodbye. Rudy, I thought I couldn't eat sweets because I need to grow strong, and sweets are bad for me, right? Yeah, technically. But come on, how can a single cookie be bad for you? You're a puppy. Puppy's whole purpose is to be spoiled. Plus, it's your name day. I bet we can bend the rules just a little. He starts patting my head and scratching behind my ears with that wide smile spread over his reddish face. For some reason, doing that always makes him happy. Just please, don't tell anyone. I will never be allowed to see you again if a single wolf in the palace finds out. Stan, the hot guard, knows, and I smuggled it for you only because I knew he was on duty today, but I wouldn't trust anyone else to keep a secret like that. I really owe him for this one. But that's fine. He is into me, so I'm sure we'll think of a payback we'll both enjoy. Eyebrow wiggles. I keep chewing the cookie slowly while staring at Dad. He scratches one of his big brown floppy ears in embarrassment, while an even wider, more twisted grin curls on his muzzle. He sometimes does that. He mumbles some words I don't understand about other adults, and he gets lost in thought with that funny curled smile. I slowly finish the cookie and wait for him to stop daydreaming. Finally he does. He glances at me and he fakes a cough. His rusty cheeks grow even redder under his short fur. Dog damn it, stop thinking about other dogs at least when you're here in this room, you hopeless slut. Me? No, of course not you, Moon. Me. I see. Anyway, let's not waste any more time. You are going to need to speak in front of hundreds of important people today, so the Grove wants to make sure you're ready. You don't need to say much, but you have to remember that it's a very important day for all of us, so no pranks, okay? We want to show the whole world through you that our country is still strong. And because of that, I was given a list of names for you to pick from. I know that every moon before you chose their own name, but the wolves think that quirky rhyming gimmick got a bit old by now, and we need you to sound a little bit more intimidating. So no more Moon Moon, Nun Moon, Dun Moon, Jun Moon, Bun Moon, or the admittedly greatly accomplished yet still kinda ridiculous Spoon Moon. Some of the names they want you to consider this time are Crescent, Blue, and Blue. Rudy? What's a slut? Dad's mouth hangs open, and his skin underneath the fur loses all of its color. He takes a deep breath to say something, but then he stops it again. He looks away and starts muttering to himself, with terror growing in his eyes and voice. Slutman, those two words don't rhyme at all, right? Right? He wouldn't dare to choose that as... I don't want that as my name, I just want to know what that means. Oh, you see, a slut is like an adult who's very, very friendly with other adults. And can I be a slut? No! But you said I can be anything I want when I grow up. Yes, when you grow up, and not that. So I can't be anything. Well, you can be even better than anything. You can be the greatest champion of all canines, just like the moons before you. But I don't want to be a champ. I want to be like you. But... Moon! I wince and close my eyes when he shouts, and I feel him grabbing me by my shoulder. I know I shouldn't have said that. My tongue just slipped, I swear. No, that's not true. I knew exactly what I was doing. I'm a bad boy. Crap. I'm sorry, Moon. I shouldn't have raised my voice. Please, open your eyes. Don't cry. I'm not crying. Yes, you are. And that's fine. Sometimes I forget that you're still a puppy. It's just that... you can't call me Dad. I'm only your caretaker. If they get the wrong idea about you and me, I will definitely never be able to see you again. The only reason I was chosen for this role was that I'm a Rhodesian Ridgeback, just like your last incarnation. Yeah, it's a dog breed. They're only trying to surround you with things that can help you remember your past lives sooner. That's all. Everyone still remembers you as the giant, muscular, fearsome warrior. Even me. You saved me when I was still a wee lad myself, you know. Yes, Rudy, you told me. But I don't remember any of that. I know you don't, but you will. Hopefully soon. Everyone's waiting for that. What if I never do? Huh? What if I don't want to? What? Why would you say that? I don't really care about any of that moon stuff. I really don't. Moon. I know you are technically still only 6 years old, and it must be hard for you to wrap your head around that at this moment. But you are blessed, Moon. They say that all of us reincarnate, but you are one of the rare few who can still remember your previous lives. The rest of us always start from the scratch. The world takes away all of our knowledge and everything we hold dear every time we die. We are bound to always live through and learn from the same mistakes. But not you. With every new life, you only grow smarter and stronger. But truly, I don't remember anything at all. But you will. But I don't want to. Why not? Did you not hear anything I just said? Every puppy in the country wishes they were you. But they aren't. And they are lucky that they will never be me. They are free to just be themselves. Why can't I? I'm not any of those dead moons. I'm not. I'm me. I'm me. Suddenly, my vision goes dark and I lose a breath for a moment. Dad hugs me, and he tries to calm me down by patting my head and whispering in a soothing voice. I cry for a few minutes in the safety of his embrace. At one point, I hear someone knocking at the door and asking if there's anything wrong, so I do my best to keep quiet, to not get him into trouble. Luckily, nobody enters the room, and I can hear the heavy footsteps growing distant in the spacious corridor outside. Moon, I'm sorry. Of course you can be anything. A hero, a slut, mayhaps both, or mayhaps something else entirely. You have to be a little patient and forgive us, because truthfully, we adults are so much more like actual whelps compared to you. Stupid people like me will try to force onto you their idea of who you should be, but we are all wrong. What will shape your life in the end is what you decide with your own actions, your own voice. He glances at the paper notes with orders and picks them up in his hands. The names chosen for me by the wolves, huh? Crimson Moon, Blood Moon, Blue Moon. Very well then. He rips the paper in half. Then again, and again, and again, until the pieces are too small to rip this needs fixing to rip apart anymore. He throws them all high up, almost to the ceiling, and while the royal order's confetti dances above our heads, he smiles ear to ear. It's not like those weird, curly, embarrassed grins from before at all. This time, it's an honest smile, as bright as the sun. Tell me then, little guy, who are you? Rune! I stand at the elevation in the palace's balcony, staring down at the crowds gathered below. Everyone grew quiet, awaiting the proclamation of my name, and the silence still lingered for long moments after that. No, that's not what. But then, the crowds exploded in a cacophony of cheerful howls, barks, and shouts. Everyone is happy about the name I chose, and that makes my tail wag. This is the best day of my life. I look behind me at the royal wolves and servants gathered at the balcony with me. Most of them look perplexed or angry. General Gunner, the armor-clad German shepherd, the most of them all. Only Dad winks at me, and he smiles with pride. You were given a list. My apologies, sir. I presented him with all the names, yet I had no control over which one he would choose in the end. Mayhaps that is a good sign. The will of the old moons is awakening within him already. Not at all. The truth is that I chose this name only because I knew they wouldn't want me to. My tails can't stop wagging. I feel like I'm in on a great prank with Dad on the wolves right now. Don't you try making a fool out of me, slave! I can feel and smell your lie like a fresh fart. Mayhaps it's out of nervousness, just like a fart sometimes is. It is an important day to our whole nation. I would never dare to... You are trying to lie to a general with a mastery of empathy, you impudent morning girl! I will have you skinned for... No, don't! Sorry. Sorry, my throat. No, don't. I'm sorry. It was all my idea. Really didn't know. I suddenly feel dry in my throat, seeing the general baring his teeth and growling, glancing between me and Dad. I regret doing that so much. I should have never tried to prank them. I should have done what they wanted. Now, Dad is going to get punished for something I did. What should I do? Oh no. It's fine. The pack is happy. It is a good name. We all look at the center of our group, at the royal throne, meticulously crafted from countless pieces of pitch-black monster, ivory, and red crystals. Yeah, a lot of implications in that throne. On the throne, Contrasting sharply with the black and red. Okay, I'll need to change this sentence as well. On the front, contrasting sharply with the black and red, sits a beautiful white wolf. His striking eyes glimmer with even more color and sharpness than the gems encrusted around him. He is not much older than me, yet there is an aura of unquestionable power and authority in his very presence. Of course, forgive me for stepping out of the line. Let us rejoice on the awakening of Rune, the new hope of all canines. The royals on the balcony cheer, and the crowds below us echo even louder. The smile doesn't leave the general's face through the whole long chain of joyful cries. Yeah, Rune! Woo! Awoo! And if the will of the old moons is already imagined from him so strongly that he would be inspired with such a fitting name, may I beg you to bestow your royal geas onto him as well, and let me finally commence his training. No, he is too young. If he is capable of expressing disobedience, then he is ready. The country needs its new moon. Let me shape him into the sharpest sword in the history of our nation. But unless it wasn't his will that manifested at all. I see. In which case, without even needing to have a verbal command issued, one of the guards walks towards Dad. He grabs him by the shoulder and starts leading him out of the balcony. Dad looks at me with fear in his eyes. He curls his tail between his legs and his lips tremble. I think he tries to say something to calm me down. But I won't have any of that. They can't just keep doing whatever they want with him. They can't keep us locked in the castle, order us around, and threaten to hurt us every time we make a mistake. We sometimes make mistakes, but we have never done anything wrong. We are good dogs. Why can't Dad and I just be free? If this is what this pack is willing to do to someone who loves me, then I don't want any part in that. Still standing on the elevated platform, I take a deep breath, face the crowds below us, and stop. Bring the slave back. If I am to bestow my blessing, then all my subjects shall bear witness to it. The king stands up. As he walks towards me, his advisors whisper something to him from both sides with great urgency. He, however, shoos them away. The white wolf stands beside me on the elevated platform for all of the crowd to see. He is only a few years older than me, but over a head taller. He motions me down. I glance at that, and I see him pointing down as well, whispering for me to kneel. I do so. I place my shins and both of my hands flat on the floor, with my buttocks tucked between my heels, and keeping my head down, like I was taught. I don't like it, but I don't want to anger the scary wolves anymore. Someone else quietly approaches us, and I see them handing something to the king on a silver platter. A short piece of scarlet rope shining in the sunlight with a rainbow of colors. The servant is dismissed, leaving me alone with the king once again. Everyone's eyes are focused on us. He looms over me, and he calls the short scarlet rope around my neck. The moment he does, I feel like all of my fur fluffs up, and I feel tingling all over my skin. My mind feels funny, and it's almost like I'm dreaming. But I know I'm awake. It's just a rope. It must be magic. Panic balls in my head. I want to raise my arm and swat the rope away, but it proves to be difficult for some reason. My limbs feel so heavy. The best I can master is raising my head up to meet the king's bloody gaze. And then, with my body and mind at his absolute mercy, he starts whispering to me. His voice is quiet and calm, but his words sound to me like they bear physical weight to them. They settle in my mind and flow over my whole being. And the words that he speaks, the expression of his will that would change my whole life, and which effects would ripple across the lives of tens of thousands later on. Those words. Oh my god, you won't believe what the king said to Rune. But you can find out in the full v24 build available on Patreon right now. Link in the description. And there's a lot to unpack in that Barkstory. We haven't even properly scratched the surface yet. I'll leave the full devlog for this update in the description as well. So I guess check it out, get hyped, and I guess I'm finally done with work for now, so I'll relax for the weekend. I'll probably record a few more of those normal playthrough episodes as well, so I guess look forward to that. Those have been really fun to make. So thank you for watching this little teaser. Love you. See you soon. Awoo.